Oh, hi. Well, hello, friends. What a nice surprise. Oh, I had no intention of being live, but, well, wife had a friend come over, so I figured, what a great time to continue our challenge. Roxy, thank you for gifting a sub to Kate. Well, thank you, Roxy. How we doing, friends? Good to see you. Hey, how are you? I know we are not normally a Saturday streamer, but here we are for a day. Lodestar, hello. What's up, Slender? Ms. V. What up, Beat? Good to see you. Cole, welcome back. Oh, Kate is your Kate is your sister-in-law. Oh, well, welcome in. Well, still, thank you, friend. Thank you. What's up, Minnie? Lizard? Gull, hello. Just woke up and got the noti. Hi, am Ori. Inu, Diamond, all the friends. Sparkle, hello. Dax woman, I got you. I got you. Hey, Thunderbolt. What's up, Arco? Night. Surprise stream. We may be graduating with my dual bachelors next year today. Get out of here. Maybe graduating with the dual bachelors next year. Let's go. Who's the first in chat? If you can beat Mare to it ever, you are fast. The chances of you beating Mare to it are very unlikely. Hey, Halen. Hello. All right. Let me make sure this is going. That's live. We're feeling a bit better today. Still feeling it, man. I've been feeling it for like a week, but definitely feeling a lot better today. Feeling better. Still feeling it, but a lot better. All right, camera, I need you to cooperate. Okay, there we go. There we go. Ox, hello. What's up, Nima? On your screen, you were first. Well, that's why I have the redeem. That's why I have the redeem. Then we don't have to fight over. We don't have to fight over who we thought was first, who was first on whoever's screen. Nope, it's literally whoever redeemed first. And there's only one person that can do it. So makes life a little bit easier. Highland Walrus, hello. Good to see you, friend. Nice to hear you, Bear. Thank you. Yeah. I wasn't first. Well, you know what, though? You accept it, though, and that's what matters. Hi, Z. How are you? Karaoke was fun. Going again tonight? Hey, there you go. Also went the Spellbinding Street Festival. Oh, what the hell is that? What is that? That sounds pretty rad. Hey, what's up, Jess? How do we get a blurb banned? Is that possible? Is it possible to like report it and get it banned? Is that a real thing? Shit, I don't have a drink. I'm failing. Hold on. All right. All right, fixed it. We're good. It's not a chair stream. I just want to get a drink. I saw the C4 short edit on YouTube. No, it's not mustard soda. Do I still even have that? I'm almost fearful of these to even touch these. They've been in there for a while. I'm kind of fearful to get near them. I'm afraid that they're like, do they spoil? I don't know. Jackie, thank you for the 14 months. Welcome back. What flavor this time? Orange. 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 They're aged. like a fine wine. Okay, well, today we are continuing the challenge. The reason I want to do it today is because tomorrow's community day. So if I can get this in order before tomorrow, that would be ideal. That would be ideal. Papa Smurf, what up, homie? Izu, hello. What's up, Andy? My goodness. Mazer, thank you for the 3 months. Appreciate you. Purple Cat, thank you for the gifted. Oh my God. Are you talking to Papa Smurf? Yes, it's me.
Welcome back. I've got some
Yes, it's me. Okay. Boo-doo-doo, boo-doo-doo, boo-doo-doo. You're not confused. Thunderbolt, thank you for the biddies. I appreciate you. Yes, if you're just coming in, you are also not confused. I do not stream on Saturdays normally. Wife had a friend come over. We still have to do the all difficulty tier 1 challenge day 2, continue it. So I figured I'd rather do it today. It's either that or I'd have to wait till Monday. So it's like, if I could sneak it in right now, that'd be nice. You having tacos? Shit. What kind? Like anything special? Are they just like, just straight up just cooked beef at home with some seasoning and hard shells, which there's no problem with? Thought it was Sunday for a second. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry, that's my B. That is my B. Wish I could do community games, but NFL games all day tomorrow. No worries, Courtney. We'll definitely have another day eventually. We'll have another day soon. Normal beef tacos? Hell yeah, man. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a place near me that does like these really amazing street tacos. Like, I don't know. I guess I'd say that I was under a rock for a long time as a kid because my mom would just give me the same greased up tacos all the time. They were great, but they were orange almost from the grease. Like the bowl, you just throw the bowl away when you're done. I never had the chance to try like a lot of different types. So when I got older, I was like, oh shit, there's different stuff you can do to them. So like we're trying all kinds of stuff. I'm like, this tastes so fresh. My heart's not beating as fast. What is this? This is delicious. So yeah, still good. Still good. Mr. Nomad, thank you for the 10 months. Thunderbolt and Purple Cat, thank you guys for the biddies. Hi, Mr. Glay. So glacious. Dealing with a sick kid today. Everybody's getting sick, Mama Lee's. Fevers won't stay away. Yeah. I don't know if it's the time of year thing or what, but I hope for all of the best of health for you and the fam. I hope they get better fast. I think anyone who doesn't have lettuce and cheese and tacos is wrong. I just think it depends on the taco. It depends. Sometimes it doesn't require it. Sometimes it just depends on what it is. Yeah. What? Hold. All's well. No, it wasn't a child. No, it was Mrs. Flash. We're good. We're good. She was asking me about an account thing. We're good. Does it give you a sneaky... What is a sneaky... Wait, what? What the hell does that mean? What does that mean? It wasn't a child. It was my wife. Relax. All of you need to chill. You can unhold now. Yes. Jesus Christ. Can I stop? Yeah, you can let go. I'm sorry. Commence unholding. I apologize. Yeah, it was. Thought I heard, hey, Dad. No. She said, she just went, hey. Yeah. You know, the sneaky. Oh my God. Oh my God. Still wearing the shirt that I was like doing stuff outside with earlier today. On hold. Release. No, it wasn't anything I bought. No, it was one of our streaming accounts. I got a new card. So it like unsubscribed automatically. And she was like, don't worry about it. We'll worry about it later. I was like, okay. So yeah. So all is well. Steph, thank you for the 10 months. KP, thank you for the 4. Oh my God. Don't look at me, Clay. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. All right, let's go over here. I'm also in talks with Dixper right now. I say in talks with, I mean, I messaged them because I want shit to be fixed because I want to use it occasionally. The whole reason we removed it in the first place is because it's been broken at all times forever. And then the response that I get is, well, we can't recreate the problem. I'm like, yeah, because you don't have 30 fucking people trying to run Dixper cards at the same time. You have one user that's doing it and you're like, I don't see a problem. So I was like, you have to have multiple people. You can't just test it with one guy and go, send it. Like, no, that's not how this works. If you have a chat that is active in Dixper at all, and you have multiple people trying to run a card at the same time, I see it happen with Tom and I see it happen with others. It's like, geez, man. I want to use it because it is fun. It is a fun thing to use when it actually works. Like, that's their motto. Dixper, it's fun when it works. Like, that's literally their tagline. It should be. Aurelia, thank you for the 16. Hello, hey, how are you? Oh, thank you, Halen. I'll look back. Guess where I am right now? At a taco bar. Do I win? They close the road. Vendors sell. They sell potions, wands, other things. Got Butterball hot. Oh, Butterball hot chocolate mix. Interesting. Oh, that sounds interesting. Scavenger. Oh, that sounds pretty cool. That sounds pretty rad. Oh, you're at the beach with Phoenix? Oh, get out of here. All you Twitch Connians. Well, I hope you guys are having fun. Mods are also fun when they work. I hope you guys are having a blast, man. It looks so great. All the pictures are so great to see. I love seeing it. Don't share less, share more. Share more. I want to see more of them. Dig, thank you for the 17. First off, hi, hello. Second, wait, Dixper isn't recreating to troubleshoot under stressful conditions. To F. I don't know. And then then you always get the excuse from them of like, well, we're a small team, so we can only do so much. Motherfucker, you've been around for how many years now? Come on. Come on. Endless, thank you for the 9 months. What's our baby's name? The horror meetup was today. Oh, picture spamming coming for sure. Yes, please. I want to see it. I want to see it. So many peeps went to TwitchCon, and it's so cool to see all the photos. Popped in like 15 different spots sitting up. Wait, what? The baby's name is Alex? Okay, well, I have to explain that to my son, Alex. They can't create a bot to spam X times over what? I could just show them my stream and go, it's obviously broken, and they'll go, I'm sure if they ask for volunteers to test. No, it's actually the opposite. What they say is like, no one ever reports this. It's like, there's a reason that I made all of my crates in Dixper like $9,999 to buy, so nobody will spend money on it. I don't want people to spend money on something that's broken. That makes zero sense. So I just give crates away at sub goals and shit like that because I'm like, that's the best way I could think to do it. Butterball was supposed to be butterbeer. Okay, that makes more sense now. That makes more sense now. Okay. Butterbeer's good. I do enjoy butterbeer. SB, hello. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Thank you guys for the hype train, man. Appreciate you. Put on mute and lurk. I appreciate you, Endless. Thank you. I know what I'm spending my... Someone asked me, they're like, why is it so much to buy crates? I'm like, I don't want you to buy crates. I will give them away. Don't. Hi, Mr. Rafa. It's like, do not buy crates. I will give them to you. Also don't have my wedding ring on right now because I hurt my finger earlier outside because our hose got stuck to the handle and I tried to fucking disconnect it and I'm like, oh my God. So I jacked my finger up. We're okay though. We're okay. It's just right where my ring finger is. Okay, so thank you for the Prime for 4 months. Dang, autocorrect. Murphy, thank you for the gigantic emote. All right. When are you going to play a game? Well, we always catch up with chat first. I don't just start the game and immediately start playing because I want to be able to talk to you guys and not feel like a lot of people are joining and feeling left out because I didn't get a chance to talk at all. So, yeah. So never. We're just going to sit here and talk. How many difficulties left? We're on insanity. Do you know if you get a ghost hug, you got a ghost hug? Hey, look at this gigantic. Look at this emote's gigantic. You can only read it because of how gigantic its gigantic size is. That's right. Hi, Hales. I am feeling better. Still feel it, but not nearly as much. So it's been like slowly just going away over time. Yeah. Hey, Parker, what's up? Just chatting streams are chill and needed sometimes. Yeah. Well, just catching up in general, letting people know what's going on, catching up with people in chat. People get to let you know what's happening in their lives, all that jazz, rather than me trying to do that while playing the game immediately. Cause then I'm not comprehending anything. Yeah. Should make a different death scene. I don't know what that means. I hope that you don't think that I am a developer of Phasmophobia. Because if you do think that, no. Halen, thank you for the biddies. Thank you so much for the 200 bits. I'm still thinking about turning on TTS, by the way. You aren't? I need to figure it out. I have to figure it out with the look. I have to figure it out with like being able to pause it and then continue it. All that jazz. I don't know. So I'm thinking about it. I have TTS right now. It's at all times it will play, I think 500 bits or more, or yeah, I think it's 500 bits or more are TTS, I believe. But I want to make it lower and make it part of like a queue system that plays, except I can pause the queue and then continue it forward. So we'll see. Like instead of hands grabbing your face. Correct. Right. I don't develop the game, so I can't do that. Yeah. You do have the look of a developer. Just somebody that looks like they're sitting behind a computer screen at all times. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me. Mama, thank you for the 13 months. Over 1 year already. God damn, dude. Oh, my Lanta. But you're Y-O-U. Yep, we can grammar it up, okay. A sweat, so what's your opinion? Well, define a sweat. I'll wait. Just do it? I should just do it. You're right. And Carrier, thank you so much for the 3 months. Glad to be able to sub again. I appreciate you, homie. Thank you. We are getting a lot closer to the Hot Ones goal. A lot closer. Someone with 300 plus hours. Do you think that anybody with over 300 hours in a game is a sweat? Never played a lot of Call of Duty, did you? Hey, what's up, Ben? I'll make sure to message Lavender that the death animation needs to be changed because the sweats have opinions on it. Now we're talking. I was a COD sweat back in the day. I played a shit ton of COD for the fun of it. Yeah, I didn't sweat ranks that much or anything like that, but I just enjoyed it. It was fun playing with friends. Yeah. I would like to see each ghost give you a different death scene. Like I remember someone saying the Phantom. Oh, that could be an interesting concept. That could be interesting. Although it would give the reveal of what the ghost is before you get to the screen that says what the ghost was. And I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah. I'm a mega sweat in Fallout 76. I don't think I think somebody playing a game a lot and somebody playing the game a little, to me, their opinion still matters. Favorite COD game you'll wait? Well, keep waiting because the way that you're approaching it is in a real shitty way. So the second that you can come back with some respect and actually treat people like people, maybe I'll fucking answer you. I feel like the death animation should be based on the model, not the ghost type. That I could see better. Like that I would see more. For sure. Basing it off of the model, because then you'll still have no clue what it is. You'll have no clue what it is. Listen, we can't win them all. Sometimes you're going to have people that are just complete and utter shits. Just is what it is. But yeah, I like the idea of the different death animations for the certain ghost models. And maybe you like amp it up by having a couple for each one so it doesn't feel the same all the time. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Tiffany, hello. Halen, thank you for the biddies. Marvelous, hello. Bama, what's up? All right. I feel like I shouldn't do a warm-up round. Thank you, Mr. Rafa. I feel like I shouldn't do a warm-up round. I think in fairness, I should just go right into it. How you feeling today? Any better? Yeah, I'm feeling better. I still feel it. I still partially feel it, but it's way better right now. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you all. Different animations for whether they kill you from the front or behind you. That could be cool. Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be too tough for the ghost to be able, I mean, for it to detect whether it's in front of you or behind you. Yeah, lots and lots and lots of opportunities. Tons. Adding jump scares for the game. Oh yeah. I don't think there's anybody that would say otherwise. Yeah, the game needs a lot more. The horror 2.0 is like supposed to be the big talk of like what's to come. The issue is we don't know when the hell that's going to happen. So that's the problem. What's the goal for today's games? So we are on day 2 of our all difficulty tier 1 challenge. We made it through Nightmare yesterday. So today we continue forward with Insanity. So Insanity is on Bleasdale. Now remember, all of these games have to be perfect. If I do not get a perfect game, I lose and I have to start over at amateur. This is our 3rd time running this. Number 1, the first time I got cucked by the audio bug. Number 2, that one, I smudged the ghost in the room. We thought it was smudged because it was smudged 2 feet in front of my face. It apparently never landed. So that did, both of which I got to Apocalypse 3. Both of which. 3rd time's a charm is what we're really hoping. Agreed. Agreed upon. So I do need to set all of my equipment to tier 1. There we go. All right, we're ready to rock. Sounds like total insanity. I hate it here. What's your favorite Panera bread order? I don't go to Panera enough. Yeah, I don't have one. I don't have a favorite order. I've only been to Panera like literally a handful of times in my life. It's just never a place where I'm like, oh, Panera. It's too far away from me to care about it. It's not that far. It's like 20 minutes, but still I'm like, oh, do I want to? Nah. Oh, Inu, I appreciate you. Thank you, Faded. All right. Go over here, do the ting. Go over here, do the ting. They recently changed the menu. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll have to give it a look-see doodle. All right, so that should work. That should work. Oh God. We will see. Do you have blue? But no, I've never heard of that before. I not be know what that is. Ms. Grizz, hello. Rocky music. Oh, it's Monster Cat. So there's going to be a good chance that there's going to be a couple Rocket League songs in there. Rocket League. It's just songs that are played or popularized by it. Every time I hear someone tell a bad joke or a pun, it's instinct for me to say, "No, I hate it here." Listen, that's why the emote exists. That's why the emote's there. Okay. All right. The messages are not showing up yet, but hopefully they will soon. YOLO, what's up? What's up, local? How are you? Lost, hello. RS, welcome in. Back, what are we doing? We're about to continue with the all difficulty challenge. Road, I'm scared. 20 minutes is far for food. I mean, it's really not that bad if you really, really like it. Like, I guarantee, like, we have a Starbucks that's probably like, it's probably more like 20 minutes away. My wife would drive there every day. If she could. Best of luck, tier 1 sucks. It certainly does. How much money do I have? Oh, I don't know. Probably not that much. 19K. We're on level 55. I prestiged not too long ago. Yeah, we don't have many much monies. But we continue forward. So, Insanity. Perfect game. Has to be perfect. All tier 1. Let's rock. Dislike tier 1 a lot. It's not my favorite. It's definitely not my favorite, that's for sure. Does Miss Flash not know how? No, she knows how to drive. It's a matter of like the effort of, hey, do I want to spend 40 to 50 minutes going to do this thing? Like, not really. Not really. We have a Dunkin' down the street. Want to beat this challenge while I try it backwards? No. That sounds awful. Okay. Here we go. Insanity time. Shannon Everly, EMF, Firelight, Escape. No ghost photo, which is super plus. We prefer Wawa. We have a Wawa going in actually near us. I'm East Coast, in Maryland. So there are some, just not near where I am. All right. It's Insanity. I'm probably gonna rock this. Probably. First thing I want to see, hopefully find out where the breaker is. Wait. Wait a minute. Am I on Insanity or am I on the wrong settings? Did it say custom when I joined this? If it said custom when I joined, then that's a problem. As in, this is wrong. You saw Insanity, but why was the power on? That wouldn't make sense. Sheets is equally as good. Oh, I love Sheets. That's down the street from me too. I love it. I love it. Are we sure that I'm on Insanity? I need to be certain of it. If it said custom, then I'm not on Insanity. You saw custom? Okay, then we're not on Insanity. Check the screens in the truck. Nope, no matter what, they'll be off. Saw custom. Son of a bitch. All right.
Welcome back.
Look at this. That was my 10-12. That was my 10-12. Yikes. Yikes. All right. Let's try that again. Mulligan? Yeah, it's definitely a mulligan. We didn't do anything. All right. Well, we take what we got, man. It is what it is. It's fine. It's fine. It was a warm-up. Watch, I'm going to need a ghost photo now. I swear to God. Parabolic, repel, and incense. Okay, that's not bad. That ain't bad. That we definitely want to smudge in case Ghosty immediately spawns. Early hunter. See, it was a whoopsie. It was a whoopsie doodle. It's fine. It's fine. I didn't even go in. So I just did the power. That was it. All right, do a peek. There we go. All right, no hiding. Bone. All right, first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prep a little bit. We're gonna get some stuff and bring it to the door. Calling it a shade. Get out of here. Get out of here. There, go there, do the ting, do the ting, do the ting. There we go. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna need parabolic. We're gonna need all these in there, so we might as well do that. Call me Obake. We'll see what happens. I don't mind opening the door and letting the ghost be active. I don't mind that at all, because that could give away where the ghost actually is. I know I threw my matches. We'll remember that. The radio guy says that the cursed objects summon the ghost, even though the board has a ghost hunt. Yeah, I know. I know. Hopefully one day they'll update that too. But I guess we'll see. Bring you, bring a couple more of you, bring another one of you. We're gonna shut the door on you. Listen, if it wants to frickin' do Yurei things, right now I won't complain. Right now, I will not throw a fit. Open the door, wait outside for a couple seconds. It's not a bad idea. Again, if you give it some time, you're not losing any of your sanity. You let the ghosty kind of do its thing, right? Not a bad idea at all. And then you can walk around and see if there's any items that are moved. Shouldn't be where they are at that moment. There you go. You can hold 4 items. You can hold 4 if you have a firelight. If you have a firelight. All right, so now I'll take this. So I have double smudge on me right now. Can't see shit. Did I see my breath? Maybe? No. Igniter. Sorry. I don't know why I said firelight. Sorry. Igniter. Igniter. You're right, Fury Den. I don't know why I said firelight. I hear nothing. Let's go upstairs. Oh, thank you, Blake. Appreciate it, dude. Ooh. Are you there or are you here? Or are you hallway and you suck? Oh, son of a bitch. Are you Oh, I hate you. It's a hallway ghost. Yikes. Ew. But I don't see my breath over here, right? Oh, I do. Oh. Hey, no. No, you leave my sanity alone, you jerk. No. F off. No, Fury, no, you're good. You're good. I appreciate you clarifying. Thank you. All right. We'll drop one of those. Wants a hug. Well, I don't want one back. No. No, thank you. All right, let's go get more things. We need all the things. We need all of them. Not just one of them, we need all of them. Brother, I'm gonna take this because life. Because life. P-Fam, what's up, dude? Start getting some equip monk up there. Dominator, hello. Fates, how's it going? Oh, I'm gonna misspeak so often. I can't see shit. Okay. Well, this is not where I want to have dots. The pen, I mean. Let's go get more stuff. You never know. I was the first person you watched. Get out of here. Fate, thank you for the biddies. What's up, Hailed? How are you? Can you get Phas on PS5? You can get Phas on newer consoles coming this Halloween time-ish. Paste on the dresser. Yeah, I might have to do that if it's not going to give us anything. That's not that bad. What I could do is I could take the other one and put it like halfway down and have it facing that way, just in case. But really, I think motion sensors might be the way to go, because motion sensors are going to let us know where Ghosty is, and if it decides to go into a dot state, it's going to be the actual ghost. That is facts. I did learn everything I know from Kill. This is true. These are true. These are true stories. I know that I turn the lights on, but there's a reason for it. So first thing I'm doing is I'm getting stuff up here just to be safe. Did the ghost fart? Why? Is there any parabol? I do. Why was this light off? Let's go there. Tier 1 dots are the best. You like those? Hey, what's up, Darth? Welcome in. Brady, thank you for the follow. Type of ghost do I think it is? I don't know yet. I'm not exactly sure. Keeping the lights on so I can retain my sanity. It's not setting off the motion sensors, which is a little worrying. Is it a bathroom ghost? No. Or, hold on. No more breath? I don't think so. Don't you dare be downstairs. Oh, if it's an attic ghost, I'm gonna be so mad. If it moved to the attic. Now hold on a sec. Let's make sure it didn't come down here. You son of a bitch. Oh shit. I'm glad it's there. If it's gonna move somewhere, I'm glad it moved there. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, that scared me. That was a jump scare. That was loud. My headphones are up really high right now. Okay. Let's set up shop. Let's get our shop set up again. Oh, did I bug it? Oh, if I did, that's lovely. I very unintentionally, I think I did. You there. What else do we have? This guy. There's nothing to really throw in here right now, but that'll fly. It's really cold. It might be freezing. Smudges? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Dude, that is silent. Where are you? Jesus Christ. All right. Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you close? It's not going to give us writing. All right. This guy. That one there. Put that one there. So it doesn't like to draw. I don't think so. I don't think so. It's not a bug. It's a feature. The notebooks are loud AF. Look, that's one tier 1 dot. That is not bad. That's not bad. No evidence. No, it's insanity. So I will have one. I will have one. Which one that is? I don't know. It could be UV. It could be UV. Yeah, UV. I did throw a crucifix down there, right? Imagine if it's late orbs. If it's late, it's really late at this point. Maria, hello. Hi, Jamal. I am live. I know, dude. I know. All right. Not there. What did I do with the other crucifix? Still upstairs? I don't think I moved it. I think it's still there. Did it just double interaction? Why? Like, why? There we go. I think that was bugged too. Look how close it is to freezing. Come on. All right. It might be UV. Let's go get the motion sensors. I need to know where it's walking so we don't waste it. Working as intended. Do I have room for this? I do. Gimme. Don't you dare, you son of a bitch. Where are you walking? It's not going upstairs. It's not walking over there. I could go get more. You're so close. Just freeze, damn it. How much Phas will cost on PS5? Probably $19.99. Really? Nothing? Freeze, darn it. I know. Look how close it is. You sneaky bitch. You're here. But... Ooh, I don't mind that evidence. I don't mind that evidence at all. That's a fiver. Okay. What do we have left? So EMF 5 automatically gets rid of the Obake and the Goryo. Obake requires ultraviolet. Goryo requires dots. They're out of here. So the light's been on in the room. So I can't say it's not a shade. I mean, I can't say it's a shade. I don't know. Not a djinn? Why? It didn't turn off the power. I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. Didn't it throw the book while you're in there? Yeah, well, I'm an insanity. So, I mean, it's not going to give us writing anyway. Shut off the breaker. What would that do? If you shut off the breaker, you're banking on it being a djinn and you're trying to remove its power. I would much rather see it sprint at me and know it's a djinn rather than shut off the power and lose any ability of knowing that it's that ghost. It just touched the breaker door. Yeah. That doesn't mean anything. Any ghost can touch the breaker door. Any of them. Can a djinn turn off the breaker? No. But can a djinn touch the breaker door? Of course. Power's still on. See? Is 0.7 freezing? 0.7 will lead to freezing. If you have 0.7, you're going to have a freezing ghost. Yeah. Bratty, Xerxes, thank you guys for the follows. No, I'm on insanity. I think people are confused. We're on insanity. So, repel, cleanse, making it hunt is going to be necessary. We're going to set the salt down, I think. But I need to see it. I need to see it hit one of the motion sensors. What's up, Spirit? It has yet to walk past anything. It's like it's stuck. When in Rome. It's taking a nap. Oh, wake the up. Like, where are you at, bruh? Would making it hunt? I can't make it hunt. That's literally not possible. The only thing I can do to make it hunt is drain my sanity. That's it. I'm often confused. It's a side effect of being awake. These are true. Get more? Yeah, we might have to. Might have to, because right now, no idea where the ghost is. All right, that leaves me room to get the other two. What is the ghost room? The foyer. Nikita, welcome in. Ghost is a dingle. Stuck by the breaker? It might be. You son of a bitch. So, it walked over here. And what? Is it like doing a path over there or some shit? Help me, Step Ghost. I'm stuck. Walk through there again. We don't want to waste where we put the salt. I mean, shit, it could be a wraith. And if it is, well, damn it. But you notice it set off that motion and then it's just like hanging out next to the breaker. There we go. Okay. You're walking over here a lot. See what it does. I can't see them on the carpet. That's a hell of a reach. Like the corner. Tell it to stop. If it's a wraith, it's fine. We just have to use all of our firelights and get interactions and things like that. Why do you stack the salt? Because all the ghost has to do is take one step, one single step in that salt. And then I have 6 photos I can take. Time for the lurks and the sleep. I appreciate you, Ms. V. Been up since 7. No worries. Go to the attic. Oh, yeah. For testing ghosts, yeah. I want to get my photos first. Because we have repel and cleanse, which are fine. It's their emotional support breaker. Listen, that's fine. I mean, just protect it. Like, come over here and be like, hey. And just yell at me and then go back. Is it literally getting... Okay. Okay. What the fuck was that? It's over there right now. So go ahead, path back here. Like, I'll go stand over here next to the breaker. So that way if it events, it'll come and walk over to the salt if I have to. Can it be a wraith? Yeah. Yeah, but the issue is that it never set this motion sensor off. Since this has been here, that hasn't gone off yet. This bag of shit. It did once, if I'm right. It did once what? As soon as put the salt down. Well, I'm not going over there anymore. F that breaker. What I could do... Dude, you are such a butthole. Who is it? We're going to get nothing but interaction photos. Nothing but interaction photos. How much you want to bet? Is it the people at TwitchCon calling? Come on, dude. Papa John's? Oh, shit. All right. Living his own life. It's like changing rooms now again, I think. No, apparently this is still... What you playing? I'm trying to stay over here so if it events and walks, I force it to walk through that. Could be. Could be, but the problem is that it's not setting... The other twin won't... The other twin wouldn't set off motion sensors. Play chopsticks. Cooked eggs, hello. Ah, what a turd. Why put salt on top of more salt instead of spreading it out? Because if you're spreading it out, you have to bank on the ghost walking through each and every single one of them. But if you stack in a spot where the ghost is walking normally, then it steps once and you're good to go. If I put one over there, one over here, one over there, one over here, one over there. Did you hit the piano again? Bro. It's playing us a tune. Well, it sucks. Joseph Sherman, your song sucks. Ooh, you touch a door. You're so cool. Hey, Cosmic. It's trying to play as Beethoven's Fifth. Oh, okay. It's uncalled for. Well, tell it to hurry. Look, 3 more photos. Okay. Well, it's not really helpful, especially if it's a wraith. You're not. No, you're not helpful. Hates the breaker. What I should do is this. Why would you need the ghost to walk through all the salt piles? Because you can take a picture of each and every single one that it walks through. So if you're going for a perfect game, the more salt that it walks through, the easier it is. So like on tier 1, I have 6 things of salt. 2 in each canister. Yeah. But that's only if you're going for a perfect game. Oh, are we returning? Come on, friend. Siraj, hello. Siraj, it can't be a mare. I'll just go ahead and get that for you right now. It can't be a mare. Did a U-turn? Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, God. It farted. Do I need one more? Dude, what the? Prime Wolf, hello. Playing the song of its people. What do you think it is? Like, what's the song it's playing? I think it walked in the salt, didn't it? After we just sat here and got all those photos, this son of a bitch spawned over there and walked to us over here. Repel and cleanse. Okay, so we need to get it to hunt. So now I think we just need to go hide somewhere. Can you name that tune? Because we have all of our photos, so now we don't have to worry about the photo camera anymore. We just have to figure out what the ghost is. We already have the bone. Yeah. So now we just go hang somewhere. Now, none of these ghosts can stalk us. So if I go far away, we're fine. Relatively. In a manner of speaking. Maybe it's a shade. Well, I mean... Where's Ghosty chilling? Tis the question. Drop an electronic. I'll hear it down here. I'll hear it floor it down here and then normal upstairs. So we don't want it to floor it upstairs. Okay. Joseph Sherman. Joseph. 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 You moved over here, didn't you, son of a bitch? Joseph. Joe. Test for a gin, for sure. Joseph. Joe, what do you know? Are you a shade, you piece of crap? Okay. Let's take our goods upstairs. It's gonna spawn right on top of you. I sure hope not. I sure hope not. There's nowhere really to hide over here either. It's like basically just go to the attic or just have it sprint at me and then run over to the have it sprint at me and then run over to the laundry room maybe. So what I could do is this. That might be the way to do it. Usually hide behind the couch in the attic. Yeah, that's the way to do it too. But what I want to do is take these guys. Will a shade event on you? It won't. A shade won't event on you in the room that you're in with it. Like if you're in there with it, it won't event on you. A shade will event on you, but probably not in the same room as it. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Okay, I'm gonna take one of these for safety. All right, now we just need to drain our sanity. Blue Rose Dancer, hello. All right, this is to make sure that it doesn't spawn on top of us. Those are to know if the ghostie is roaming upstairs. Which actually might not be a good idea. Because if it's a Raiju, that's going to speed the shit out of it. I don't know why I did that. That doesn't do shit. It did event in the same room. Yeah. Yeah, it did. So I'm thinking it's more than likely not a shade. Hasn't kicked the power yet. Might be a Jinn. Spooky, welcome in. And Lucy, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. What if I make a Phasmophobia car? What would that look like? Exactly. Now we're just playing the waiting game. I'm sitting in the dark. Sitting in the dark, draining sanity. It'll be a mare. It can't be a mare. Literally can't be. Stop letting... Myling? Quiet as fuck. Oh, there's the door there. I'm like, what the fuck am I stuck on? It's the door. That's got to be a Myling. So quiet. The Phasmo card made by Sirash would look like a mare. It would just be a big arrow above it that says it's a mare. Are Mylings usually quiet? Yeah. That's one way to distinguish that it is a Myling, is because of how quiet it is. Yeah. Got 20 mares yesterday. Oh, would be so proud. How are we doing? We're doing well. We're doing well. I'm pretty sold on a Myling here with how quiet that ghost was. I could have it hunt one more time, but I don't know, man. I'm pretty sold on it. That was so stinking quiet. The mare's headlights explode. It can just never see where it's going. Now, it is strange to me that it never tripped the breaker. Not a single time. Not once. Do I have you hunt again just to be sure? Just to be 100%? Yeah, kind of. Crucifix or... Okay. I was like, if it just now did the breaker, what an a-hole. Dio card gets you there fast, but takes forever to park. Did I turn this on? But the ghost hasn't been up here. Did it like... I'm so confused. Did it flip that earlier when it was... Nothing. Hi, cutie. You just flip during the hunt. No, it can't flip it during a hunt. I think you turned it on to check if the breaker was on. Oh, for the cruci burn. Oh, I just did it. Okay. Nope, that's dad brain. That's dad brain. I turned it on. Thank you. I was concentrating on the ghost so much that I forgot. All right, that's a myling for sure. It's extraordinarily quiet, and one way to test for that is to use a flashlight at your feet. Flashlight at the feet is a good test. As long as you can get far enough away on the same floor as the myling. What you do is you take the flashlight, like that's a good example of getting far away from the ghost. Put it at your feet like this, and then if you hear the footsteps and see the light blink of the flashlight at the same time, it's probably a myling. Because that means that its footsteps were so quiet, you didn't start hearing them until it was close enough. And when it's close enough and it's within range of disrupting your flashlight, myling. If you hear footsteps and no flashlight blinking, it's probably not a myling. It's probably a normal ghost. But that's one way of testing it. Edgefield is a real bitch to try and test that on, but you still can do it. It is possible. Okay, got that. All the photos, myling. Get out of here. Cool. Cool. Prestige for the first time, and damn items. Oh, dude, so much of a difference.
Welcome back.
Island.
Ready for you.
Insanity felt, other than having to wait for Ghosty to do things, which I probably could have done a better job of that. Other than waiting for that, it was not that bad. So nice. Nicely done. All right, I have ads that are about to start. We're going to wait for those ads before we move on. So if you're not subbed, if you don't have turbo, don't worry about it. We're not going to go anywhere without you. Do not stress. My alerts might be effed on that page though, because I totally forgot about the ad page. So we'll wait for the ads. I do 3 minutes every hour, so that way there's no pre-rolls. So hold, please. Once they actually decide to start, damn. Damn. Huh, holding. One of these days, Alice. What are you holding on to? That's a you decision. I just tell you to hold. You choose what that is. There we go. Holy shit. God damn it. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. Antac, welcome in. I'm not going to worry about it right now. We'll worry about it later. Or maybe I should worry about it. Playing earlier, thought of a question I wanted to ask you. If you're crouch looping the ghost with your flashlight on, will it still get faster with just your flashlight, or is it only line of sight? It should only get faster with line of sight, if I'm correct. If you have your flashlight on, it knows where you are, but that doesn't mean that it has line of sight and can speed up. All right. Go to the ad screen, add these here. Yeah, that's probably gonna be good enough for now. Yeah, that should be fine. That should fix it. Just hit max level for your prestige that you're on right now. Should you prestige? It's up to you. I mean, if you want to give yourself a challenge, it's not a bad idea. Eventually, they're going to add more things for, I guess, more benefit for when you do prestige. But as of right now, you get a new loadout slot, which are these, and then you get an ID card. That's as of right now. So it's a you decision. I don't know. Hey, what's up, Caden? Welcome in. Coin, how are you? But yeah, I would prestige just to keep yourself interested, just to try different things, try different equipment. You don't have to. No one says you have to. That's why they made it so you can go all the way to prestige 29,999. Yeah, once you prestige a couple times, you get an achievement. Yeah. Would tier 20 be the max forever? Do you think they'll add more when console comes out? I don't think they're going to add more when console comes out. No, I honestly, I don't know if they're going to ever extend it past Prestige 20. The reason being is because even though it's really grindy to get to 20, making it past that is extra grindy. So, yeah, I don't think so. I think we better do the Apocalypse first on Prestige first time and learn even more about the game and the ghosts. Hold on. Do you think it's better to do Apocalypse first on Prestige first time? You mean on your first Prestige? Have over 450k? Hey, there you go. All right, we're back. We back. Okay, well. Now the fun begins. Did Mrs. Flash regret drinking the mustard soda? Was it the mustard soda that she tried? Was that the one I remember her trying one. Was it the mustard? Not sure how much you'll learn from instantly dying every. Yeah, that's what I was going to say about like the whole apocalypse thing. You're not learning much from the apocalypse. Like you're not learning what certain ghosts do because you're like, how can you judge the behavior? Challenge where you only do no evidence run from level 1 to 100. It's not a bad idea. Make an entire prestige nothing but no evidence. You might get tired of no evidence runs. Mustard soda, yeah. Do I have one? Yeah. Yeah, it's this. Yeah, it's this. That. The only one of these drinks that is 100% natural. Is it good? It's extremely gross, Rafa. Yeah. 100%. Why does that exist? I'm assuming because somebody thought people like to torture themselves. That's my guess. Brother, ugh. Drink it? Nope. I don't have another soda wheel for a long time. These get to just chill in the fridge and just look nice and pretty. Gag gift. Yeah, exactly. Listen, whenever I do drink these, I do chug them. So we just chug it all because F it. Yeah, listen, I don't have another one of these for quite a while because as you can see how far away the nasty soda wheel is. We're good. Brother, ugh. Keep it till you sell it to a museum. Scientists were so preoccupied with whether and they never stopped to ask whether they should. But again, I don't understand why this one is the only 100% natural one. It still bothers me. But yeah. So we got them. Started drinking those when we were doing St. Jude stuff, and then people wanted them more. So they're back. Is Baby Girl 95 welcome in? Is there a catch-up one? Probably, but I haven't seen it yet. Yeah. All right. Let's continue forward. So we are now to our apocalypse runs. We are now here. Mr. Carr, how are you doing, by the way, friend? Which means we are now on Edgefield. So let's look again at what they are. Just pour it on your hot dog next time you have one. All right. Let's go back and make sure what the apocalypse settings are. Because with this challenge, we're doing the presets for the apocalypse. So apocalypse 1, 2, and 3, whatever the presets are, we're not making our own. It's the ones that they give us. So we have 75 sanity, 20 pill restoration. Sanity drains 200. So we lose sanity a lot faster. You're mad hungry now. You lost your appetite. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. RV Vet, thank you for the 23 months. Welcome back. Hello, friend. No sprinting. We're normal speed. Flashlights are on. Ghosty is 150%. Roam's high. Changing favor room high. Low activity. Low event. 2-second grace period, which is hopefully enough. And 2 evidence. So it's really funny. It's really funny going from insanity to Apocalypse 1, which sounds so different. Apocalypse 1 is a 6 times multiplier. I believe it's a 6 time, if I'm correct. And you get 1 piece of evidence. Why? I guess insanity, you can sprint. Yippee. But look, we even have a cursed possession. It makes no sense. Makes no sense. Okay. It makes no sense. I don't get it. Cosmic, thank you for the lurk. Appreciate you. Kind, hello. What's up, Jack? How are you? All right. Let's rock. Let's rock. The Ghost is also faster than the Apocalypse 1. Right. Yeah, 150 instead of the 100. Yeah. Well, let's find out. To Edgefield we go for Apocalypse 1. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alias, thank you for the resub. Enjoying the plushies attack shirt that came in. Let's go. Love that shirt. I love it. Love it. When does Phasmophobia ever make sense? I can't answer that question. Do you recommend working for each apocalypse separately or just grinding for gold? Honestly, I would recommend doing each of them. That's just my suggestion. If you just want to get the trophies over with, then grind gold until you get a DO and then get this shit over with. But if you want to get better, I would highly recommend doing bronze, silver, gold. That's my suggestion. Hey, what's up, Void? How's stream going? It's good. It's good. We're going. We're on the move. We're on a APOC 1. All right. Yawn. Todd. We need a photo of the ghost. Crap. EMF and motion sensor. All right. And I can't sprint. All right. Let's get some stuff to the door. We do have flashlights, though, which is great. Not easy, but you know, yeah. Skip silver, went from bronze to gold. Yeah, whatever works, dude. Whatever works. What do I play Phasmophobia on? Well, you can't. I mean, I guess technically you could play it on a stream deck, but not most people that stream don't. PC. It's only on PC. You can only do it on Steam right now. So Windows is the way to go. All right, let's do smudgy, smudgy, smudgy. I know most of the ghost tells I just panic when I'm alone and forget to pay attention. We all do it. You're not the only one. I dad brain so much because I just forget. Did I turn that light on? Yes, it was me. Flash plays on a chair, though he does have a standing. I do. It's just a pain in the ass to adjust the camera. That's the problem. It's to adjust the camera for it. I like to be able to sit down. I feel like I have more control. Only on a PC to the end of the Halloween event, if I recall correctly. Yes. Not necessarily the end. Just they said when the Halloween event happens this year, when the Halloween update happens, that should be when we get Phas on console. So, yeah. Did you ever find the bone in Sunny yesterday? Yes, I did. It took a while, but we got there. All right. We're prepping this mother, and we're going to get it all to the front. It's doing stuff now. Don't know where it's doing stuff, but it's doing stuff. I mean, shit, we might as well just go ahead and place some stuff down, yeah? Needs special stands to accommodate his giant. No, it does not. I'm not that tall. All right, got you in there. We got you in there. We got you in there. Look at all that fun stuff. Look at all that fun stuff. Boing! Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Okay, you. Grab one of you. Grab one of you. Yeah, the bone was in the kitchen. Yep, exactly. Lined up right in front of a box, so it looked like it was basically part of the box. So annoying. It was so annoying. Okay, I'm going to take you. Place you down. We're going to try this sound sensor so we can see where it is without losing sanity. Tis our goal. Let's grab you and you just in case shit hits the fan. Look, I think I just heard a paint can. It might be in the garage. It's a little hard to hear it. I wish I could do this. What is it doing? Come on, throw a paint can. Love's only, welcome in. Come on. Shamo. Imagine you whisper through that. Oh, that'd be cool. Hearing a lot of creaks, a lot of house stuff right now. Usually the house stuff is about, I've noticed, my experience, it's always been like 10%. Anything that's like ambient from the house is like 10%. Anything that's not 10 is usually the ghost. Rockash, hello. Yeah, Rocket. Yeah, we're continuing from yesterday. Yep. The rain is not helping at all. No, we're just going to have to go in there and wing it. Can't find the ghost evidence with level 1. With the level 1 stuff? Were you always in that corner? No, Al. No. We moved it around. Why the morning? Hello. All right. This ghost is sucking butt right now. We're just going to go inside. We need motion sensor. I have EMF in there. Photo cameras at the door. Let's rock. All right. So I think we want to set up shop so we can hide over in our spot. I think that's part of the goal here. So take this. Okay. It was a very risky maneuver to do it like that because I had no smudge in my hand as we walked back. So I think Ghosty is in the garage, like I said. I thought I heard a paint can earlier. That's loud as... The power does not start on, correct? So you're not a Hantu. Although maybe I didn't hear a paint can. Boner jam. What a polite ghost. I mean, I'm not super upset about it. Paint can down in the basement. Maybe. Would I be able to hear it that clearly? It's definitely possible. Camera's so loud. Nothing looks moved. I think I just heard it right above me. Possibly kitchen? Where you at, broski? Where you at? Turn that light off? No, I didn't. Shit. Tika! Hi, homie. We have a strange ghost. Dude, unless I heard that 2 floors above us. Nothing is moved in here. It's been quiet. I know. BP, what's up, dude? Cursed item. I haven't seen it yet. Might be the paw. Cards. You son of a bitch. What door was that? That was, I think, the master door. Is that what you're talking about? Made a poopy? Made a boopy. Saw my breath here, yes? Right? Or did I just see it? Is it a bathroom ghost? Bathroom. Mom, bathroom! This over there. Is it a Pulte, you think? Although those shoes have not moved. I feel like if it would have Pulted these, like the shoes are everywhere. Let's go get the other crucifix. Just to be sure. I want to be safe about this. Safe as I can be. Alright, we got this here. That, oh, do I want to bring the other one up there? Yeah, maybe. Brother. Maybe it just doesn't like those pair of shoes. Oh, I threw another pair, though. F them shoes. That's right, F them shoes. That's right. Now, I do need a photo with a ghost. So we have to be careful, SpongeBob. Okay. There-ish. You son of a bitch. F you. Kick. Gee, fuck. How dare you? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that's an uh-oh. So... Okay. That's not yummy at all. Smell something burning? It's the carpet. It's the carpet upstairs. Viper, welcome in. What up, Craig? Well, we know for sure that it's not you and it's not you. It turned off the power and on the power. What's up, Super? All right, we're at 84 now. That's good enough for us to continue rolling. It looks like it's a normal ghost because it hunted under 50, it seems like. So, yeah. I say that, but that doesn't really mean shit now, does it? What up, Luffy? Is that behind me? You. Bring you. How's it going? It's good. How are you? Ooh, I see breath here now. All right. I think it moved out of the pooper. Either that or it's following me around. Headshot is a weird layout. It's fine. It's not that bad. It's really not. Uh-oh. Reminds you of a townhome? Yeah. Yeah, that's how I feel. Like a duplex or something? Yeah. I got that same feel from this. Got the photo camera. Fuck, when in Rome. Getting all of our stuff. Lived in a townhouse, can confirm this map is basically identical. I've been in a townhouse before. Just like I'm at the ready. I need a ghost photo. So I'm just kind of trying to be ready at all times. All right, I think I have everything there. So my sanity should be maintaining right now. Because we're in this hallway, which sucks because it has two main light switches, but they're both on. Want a sound sensor in there? I mean, it might not be a bad idea. Why is Ghosty not walking around anymore? It was walking around in and out of the room, but now it's not. Ghosty. Strange behavior. Okay. Can a wraith trigger motion sensor? Yeah. That's because we wanted to. I know. I know. All right, 77. It's fine. Oh, it just walked through the motion sensors. What a jerk. Watch this for a minute. Is it even in its room? It's over there somewhere. You hear it setting the motion sensors off now? I wasn't in the room, so if it was a shade, it could still do things. Promise me you'll do it again. APOC 3 feet out. Listen. Again, the first two barely count at all. They shouldn't count. Skeet up, bot up. Exactly. All right, Ghost. Ghost with the most. We're at 77. I should be okay. Wasn't in the bathroom. Yeah, but I saw my breath out in the... I saw my breath out in the bedroom. See that? Where are you? Where are you? It's freezing. I see no orbs. Book has not been touched. It hasn't done shit. All right. If they got a license to have Beetlejuice as a Halloween ghost, oh, that would be the best shit ever. What a collab. Oh, I'd be so happy. A Beetlejuice collab? Hell yeah. I'm going to wait to put these down. Stop it right now. All right, you. Teammate, have you found the ghost, Flash? Have you checked your phone? Listen, dude. It's walking around over there. It's walking around over there. See it in there? Now it's throwing shit. That's what we have so far. There's a card you crossed. Oh, yeah, the cards. Yeah, I won't be using them. See my breath now? Wait. Is that an event? You son of a bitch. Well, that sucks. Where? Where is it? Do you hear it? What the fuck? All right, no footies. What a jerk. Let me check my sanity. What is it doing? I don't know. You heard the singing. I don't know where it was. I have no idea where it was. No clue. Yeah, it might be this. Shade Oni Twins. Maybe. Maybe. Taking one. Filthy door toucher. Batman, what's up? Shady mimic. Listen, I have no orbs. I better not get any damn orbs either. shut your mouth. Sudden, thank you for the prime. So I'm standing in this room because by standing in the room, I retain my sanity. Kind of hoping it just decides to do an event that we can see it. Why is it over here? Okay, I turned the sink on. Wait a minute. Is this twins? Wait. Wait. That would be kind of a cool way to know that it's twins. You hear all the shit that's happening to my left? If it's twins, it will walk over here and walk through that motion sensor before it walks through that one. So we have shit happening to my left right now, which it could be the main ghost. The ghost could have roamed and ended in another room, but I have my breath in that room. You have smudge? I do. I'm watching these motion sensors. I would love to see them go off. I just keep hearing noise to my left. So it might not be twins and it might have just moved. But the fact I still have breath over there. Little strange. Still more shit to my left. Nothing in front of me. Twins are a roamer. But you notice I haven't seen, it hasn't walked through motion at all. Not once. So I think it moved. I think it changed. I just hear it to the left nonstop. Is it this sink? Yeah. I think it's in here now. See, I have breath over here now. Made a poopy in here. Okay. Okay. Put that there. Checked for UV. We didn't have UV. Yeah, it made a poopy. Yeah, it made a poopy. Shh. All right, let's get the flashlight. I can't even hear that from over there, so that's okay. We'll wait a second on the flashlight. Is the book already written in? No. No. Not yet. Has it set off the motion sensors at all? Keeps moving every damn where. I know. Or is it that door out there? It's moving. Okay. It's that one right there. Is this a Revenant? Son of a bitch. It's really slow for 150? Yeah. Yeah. That's why I think we have a Revenant. Yep. That is why I think we have a Revenant. Which is really unfortunate. Because the ghost keeps moving rooms like crazy. All right, put us above 50. Where's my other crucifix? I think it's upstairs in that other room. If they possible. No, so the ghost is 150% speed. And the only one that would be that slow right now at the sanity that I'm at would be a Revenant. The picture is going to absolutely be the hardest part of this entire thing. 1,000,000%. Got that in there. Did I put the other one in here? I did. So now the question is, where is Ghosty walking around? Or is it out there somewhere? Because it's not, it's not setting anything off in here. Is it in the room next to me now? Listen, bro. I do have a smudge. Okay. Ghost is playing hide and seek. It popping the hallway lights was a real dick move. Do the ting. Oh, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. This ghost is everywhere. I'm gonna get my flashlight. Make sure it's not. Dude, you are the biggest bag of shit. Because now it's over here. Or it was for a second. Well, I'm in trouble. 3 more left. 3 more left. How the am I going to get a ghost photo? I don't even know how I'm going to accomplish this. I really don't. But you know what, though? F these shoes. I think what I need to do, I think I need to smudge and then use the timer. Smudge and then use the timer to try and get a photo. F them shoes? Yeah. Oh, it ate the crucifix. Okay. Now it's sitting in one spot. What a jerk. Hey, what up, spaghetti? What I might have to do, maybe what I do is this. Maybe. What up, fish? Someone clip that? Don't clip nothing. Oh, you mean what? The smudge thing? What I might need to do is I might need to smudge. Like have it come to me, smudge, try to get a photo. Try. My God. This is gonna suck. I tried. I did smudge though. I don't know if anyone has started a timer, but if you did, you're a legend and I love you. Come on. Event, you asshole. Do it. Event. I hate your face. Just do it. Please. Please. Viewer soon. Yeah, Sunday. So, oh, that was so risky. That was almost too risky. Because the amount of time it took to change to the smudge was so long. I don't think I can do that again. Kyle, no. No, it doesn't. Because the only way to do it is to smudge. Is to smudge and then try to get the photo, but the amount of time where I can't change, I mean, I guess at that point it probably wouldn't matter. Has it given you an event yet? Yeah, it gave us 2 events, but we couldn't see the ghost either time. Like we literally couldn't find it. Q does cycle through the inventory quickly, but even after you take a photo with the tier 1. Check. Gruntled, thank you for the 19 months. Tripped? Yeah. Oh, God. Okay, it stopped. Shoe spot? Oh, if I could. I almost wanted to try to change rooms and come down here. If it could do that, that would be great. Camera film slow as shit. Yes, sir. It's not going to event on me. Not while it's hunting from upstairs. But I could always smudge it. The cards wouldn't be worth it. Oh. Might be the way to do it. Okay. Sounds hungry. He's a little hungry. He made that not very fun. Just trying to coax an event out of him. Hey, society. It might be the way to do it. Might be the way. Is it true the myling has a bug? What bug? Offer a cheese? Oh, what kind? Does a lit lighter act as a small candle, or does a ghost not blow it out? It does. Yeah, it counts as a fire. So like an Onryo test, you could use your lighter to do an Onryo test. Ghost pepper cheese? Okay, all right. Fancy. Stay upstairs, you asshole. So wrong. VIP, what up, homie? Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Okay. So now I have the bone, right? 2 photos. 2 photos and we're out of here. basement? Two salt photos. Shit. All right, I'm gonna wait. I'm not risking that. I'm gonna wait for another hunt. See you, Nix. Have a good one. I'm not risking that. You didn't get the pick? What do you mean? I did. I did, but I wanted to allow myself room to screw up. That is my favorite difficulty. Depends on what your favorite difficulty is. Sounds like the ghost desperately needs an inhaler. Yeah, I could definitely use a CPAP for some nighttime. It's insanity. Yeah, we did insanity. Yeah. Yeah, we did it. Chai, thank you for the follow. He also needs clothes. Why do we keep running into the ghost that needs clothes? I don't understand. Now it doesn't want to hunt? Death apnea. Taco Boy, what's up? Welcome in. Okay. Why did it walk over to me? That's right, that doesn't matter. I guess I could do, fuck it, hold on. I could do this. Shut up. And this, right? Yep, I'm out of here. I hate your face. Had you, Pucker, if that smudge was still not in effect, I would have been gone. Yeah, now it wants to event and sing and hang out. Like, hey, you guys were talking about pants, right? Wow. Okay. Oh my Lanta. That was rough. That was a rough one. We're okay. We're fine. Oh my word. That was spooky. That was something.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Oh my. All that work. 2,500. It was extra spicy. Oh my goodness. Okay. So now we're on to our next, which is Apocalypse 2. Apocalypse 2 puts us at Ridgeview. Ridgeview. Sage, welcome in. Ridgeview. What's up, Raven? How are you, homie? Enjoy the game. I appreciate it. What are you doing here on a Saturday? Nothing. Just hanging out. All right. To Ridgeview we go. I have ads coming again. So we're going to do them now. We'll do them now. We'll look over the settings maybe while we're doing that. Apocalypse 2. The Revengening. All right. I do 3 minutes every hour, so that way we can avoid pre-rolls. If you're not subbed, if you don't have turbo, we're not going to go anywhere without you. I'm not going to run into the map. It'll buy us some time anyway. So go get a snack, get a drink, come right back. We'll be here waiting for you. Be here waiting for you. Bet it's a mare. Might be. Might be. There we go. What are hands? Oh my goodness. Not having a ghost photo is a blessing. So that's what I really want, is I want to avoid a ghost photo at all cost. At all cost. Rakesh, you probably could have Googled it by now, friend. There's a lot of differences. Night's going well, Super. How's yours? Boo, 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 boo. Autumn's tomorrow. Is autumn tomorrow? Hey, I gotta check my weather soon. What's up, Blue? Autumn is... That's my time. That's my time. It's not too hot. Can wear pants comfortably. I like it. I dig. Back from the movies. What'd you watch? Less Banshee, Moroy. Wait, what? I hate your face. Kel needs to take his puns and get out of here. The new Transformers movie, dude. I haven't seen a new Transformers movie and I haven't seen the last like 3 of them. I lost a lot of interest. I didn't care anymore. I just didn't care anymore. Dude. There's another one. There's always another one. There is another one at all times. I haven't seen a Transformer movie since Charlotte. Hey, that's when they were good. That's when they were good. Favorite ghost? Mimic. By far. Mimic is my favy. Absolute favy. Shron. Hello, Shron. How you doing, friendo? Good to see you. Hey, how are you? Yam, thank you for the follow. How's your weekend going, Shron? No touchy. No touchy. No touch. News is banging. We just talked about how I need to add more either to this playlist or just make another one with more stuff. It's like Fast and Furious. Right. They don't know when to stop. Amen. There is a limit, and they passed it a long time ago. A long time ago. Can't complain. How about you? Not bad. Not bad. Head's feeling better today, for sure. I still feel it, but it's by far way better. And it's funny because then today my wife, she had a headache. And I'm like, dude, it's contagious. You still listen to the Monster Cat playlist? Hey, that was a good one. That was a good one. Okay. We are back. We are back. We are back. As a friendly reminder, this is where we stand. Yep. I've had a migraine all day today. Tika, I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better. God, that sucks. It's a pain that I would never wish on an enemy. It sucks so much. I hope you feel better. Take a break from screens, whatever you need to do, friend. Care Bear, hello. Wait, what? Tika! Oh, Tika, thank you for the subs, friend. Oh my God, Tika. Dude, if you have a migraine, please, please, please make sure to take care of yourself. Thank you, friend. Guys, if you got a sub from Tika, please make sure to say thank you. Hey, Scarlett, how are you? 10:30 your time. Oh, I appreciate Kyle. Thank you, man. Thank you. Care Bear, welcome in. Hello. So, yeah. We're getting close. We're getting close. Hot Ones is getting there. And then my kids are going to get to pie me in the face. On Twitch, Rakesh. I'm eating. Had to work, but I'll turn off. Yeah. Yeah, I get triggers that I get. I don't know all of them. There's things I'm sure that I just don't know that trigger. Or I don't know them well enough. Not eating. Being out in the sun too long. Those are some things that will trigger migraines or like headaches, coastal migraine for me. Yeah. If I skip meals, it's rough. But it's funny though, because I don't eat breakfast. I only eat lunch and dinner. Yeah. I need the tattoo goal reached. Play too much Insanity when playing other difficulties. I'm so worried about sanity. Dehydration. Yes. Yeah. If you're not drinking enough water, for sure. Yeah. I've been trying to force myself to remember to drink more water. Yeah. All of them. I feel you. I feel you. All right. So we are now moving on to Apocalypse 2. Apocalypse 2 is happening over here at Ridgeview. So let's look at the preset real quick to make sure what our settings are for this one. Minor bright lights in my eyes. It's funny, like when I have a migraine, I don't want a lot of light, but I don't think, I mean, obviously see how many times I stream. I don't think lights are what trigger mine. This is life now. Yeah, I feel you. Just maintaining basically at this point. Yeah. It's one of those things we can redeem coins to hydrate reminder. No, I appreciate it. I've had that before. You basically just get drowned. You just get drowned. It's definitely kids for me. I'm a mom. They cause the worst headaches and migraines. Listen, I tell my kids all the time, I'm like, they are 4 feet away. Yelling is going to do no good for anyone here. I do believe that we can maintain a decent tone from this distance. Throwing up helps the migraine. Yeah, Grizzly. Yeah. Yep, indeedy. All right. So here's our settings now. This is APOC 2. God damn it, Shron. If I catch one early, my Suma Chatra... Oh, wait. What's it called? Suma Triptan? Works pretty well for me. I haven't found an instant relief for me yet. I still have to find one. Did you say that to your kids or Chesney? A little bit of both. A little bit of both. All right. So now our starting sanity is 50. Sanity pills are basically doing nothing. They do 5. Great. No sprint. Our player speed is slower. Thankfully, we have flashlights, which really don't do too much. 150 ghost speed, high roam, high change room. This is all the same. Let's see. One piece of evidence this time. There's no hiding at all. The breaker's completely broken. And we have no cursed possession. 5 whole %? Oh, I know. What are we going to do? Okay. Let us rock. Fall sensor major triggers for me. I can't even walk into a bath. Oh, dude. The places with all the candles? Nope. I avoid it like the plague. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much sensory overload for me. Yeah, Alley Cat, I feel you. For sure. Ugh. Possible for migraines is put your feet in hot water. You know, I've heard of that before. I don't know if I believe it or not. So scared to do the weekly, but watching do it earlier this week. Maybe brave, I got it done. Hey, let's go. There's nothing wrong with doing the weekly with friendos. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. All right, let's rock. Apocalypse 2. We have Ghost Event, Escape, and Parabolic. Luckily, we don't need a ghost photo, but we do need an event. Why was that a banger? Found Co, what's up? Chronic migraine since I was a kid. Same. Had to get a tumor removed? Oh my god. That is crazy. Saltiest, hello. What am I here? That was weird. I thought I heard something to my left. I'm like, I haven't opened the door yet. Hollister back in high school would give me a headache. Just walking by it. Oh my god. Yeah, super strong. I don't know. It was catchy. Let's go. All right, we're just taking everything to the door. Everything we can to the door. Here, I'll play some. I could play some. Keep the music going. Just turn it really soft. So this is where we take advantage of the fridge. The fridge is our friend. The fridge is our friend. Pet twins act like a shade. Fun. Fun. You know what we could do? Hold on. I could change this to the lo-fi. Fridge is always my go-to place for hiding this map. Yeah, it's not a bad idea at all. Also, we'll take one of those. Take another one of those. What do I need? I do need parabolics. We need to take that too. All hail Fridge View. Favorite house map? It's a really good map. APOC 2, APOC 2. APOC 2. APOC 2. I'm so sorry. Couldn't help myself. I'm sorry. If I don't have closets upstairs, I'll go to the fridge. Yeah. Honestly, I don't even hide in closets that much anymore. If you could pick a house out of the Phas, which one would you live in? Probably Ridge. Probably here. Have you tried? No, I don't even know what that is. Good Girl Ghost. I don't even know what that is. Only died there once because I got unlucky. I mean, the ghost has gotten me from the fridge a couple of times. But it's only been a couple over God knows how many times I've actually hid there. Straight out of Sunny. Hey. Hey. Brand name. Fiorsa. I don't know if I'm saying that right or not. I'm going to take this just for possible changing of room stuff. Maybe. Might get lucky. You never know. Help with mine when I caught them earlier. I got you. I got you. What I might do... Oh. It's going to be so hard for you guys to see. One thing Tom did that I did like was that he put on a filter. He put on a filter so you guys could see better. I could set something up on my stream deck. Let me see. Let me see. Not again. Welcome in. Hello. Let's see. Let's see. I could make it... I'm trying to see where I want to put this. Probably here. Okay. So if I were to do a filter... I don't want to do it through NVIDIA because I don't want to see it on my screen. I only want you guys to be able to see it. Let's see. Effects filter. Maybe I do color. Okay. Color correction. Let's try this. Like that? Better? Yeah? Try it like this? Okay. You think it's too much? It's just so you guys can see better. I can't see that on my screen. On my screen, I'll show you what it's like on my screen. It's this on my screen. That's what I see. That's what I see here. That's what you guys will see. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me set. That way you guys can see a little better. Again, I won't be able to see it, but you guys will. All right, let me set up a Stream Deck button real quick. So what I need... OBS, filter, source. We need this to be my game. This one here. Bang. There we go. Now I've got it on a button. So now I can quickly do this guy or do that guy. Again, this is so you guys can see better. So quickly what I did was I added a filter really fast just so that way you guys can see what's happening. Even though I can't, this is what I see. This is what you guys see. Because that's what the filter on, and that filter is in OBS, so I don't see it on my screen. So this is what I see. Okay? But it's just so that way you guys can at least see what's happening. All right. What do we have here? So, I haven't heard anything yet. I ain't heard nothing. Nighttime, daytime. You can do the same to show us the difference between the old camera and new camera. You know, I heard that's a really cool redeem. I should try that. Just play off the preview window that you can make the full screen on your main monitor. I'm not going to do that. No, that'd be cheatsy doodling. Oh my god. Hey, what's up, Tater? All right, we need you. We might go sans light here. We're trying to like go. I can't see shit. Okay, that might be a bad idea. Oh, thank you, lightning. Then I take this, I go run over to the kitchen, and we pray. I mean, actually, you know what? I mean, you know, it's gonna hunt anyway, so I'm just trying to set myself up for a success here. All right, it's right there. Okay, friendly reminder. That's what you see. This is what I see. Okay. We have 2 smudges and a cruci. Let's go. I just heard it. I hear nothing. My sanity's 50, right? No, it's not hunting. It's not hunting right now. You see how the door's open? See the door open? That's how you know it's not hunting. Now it's hunting. I think it's a Raiju. I swear. Do I have any other electronic, or is this the only one? That was a fast mother effer. Think what I do? Photo cam should not be triggering it. No. No, the photo camera should only trigger electronically when you're taking the photo. Can't hear me, right? Check, check, check. Okay. It's not a Raiju. Is that Thay? I think it's a Thay. It's really fast. What I can do real fast? Hold on. At least with that information, I know that I can leave the flashlight on. All right. So if this is a Thay, can I get to that website really fast? This is what a Thay sounds like at 150. Hold on, it's hunting. Oh yeah, it's so fast upstairs. That'd be a 0 sanity Moroi at 150, right? Yeah. Everybody's pet at 11 p.m. Thud, 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 thud. Here's the Thay at 150%. Sounds right to me. Wait. Did I not bring the third? Where's the third one? What the? I'm failing. All right, we're going back. Falling apart. Janelle, hello. What about Moroi at 0 sanity? There's no shot that I was at 0 sanity. There's no way. The Moroi would be this fast. And what we heard was much faster than that. What we heard was much faster than that. Forgot one of the salts. Son of a bitch. Well, at least we know what it is. As long as it maintains that same speed. Be alright. I could bring... yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's been maintaining the same speed. So if it was a Hantu, we would hear different speeds based on the room that it's in. The shadow of the parabolic. I have 3 kids. Maturity. Maturity. We're fine. It's okay. It's fine. Don't look at me like that. you stopped, you bitch. I was gonna smudge you. All right. You son of a bitch. It never walked. I gotta move this right now. I gotta move it. It's too much, man. It's too much. It's not like a toddler. Yeah, we said it's everybody's pets after like whatever PM. It might have aged a little bit. You consistent speed son of a bitch. That's a Hantu. Are you fucking kidding me? Wow. All right. I saw its little breath. Oh, I saw it too. The difference is normally when we have a Hantu, normally we have the power on so we can hear the change. But if the power's off and it's cold everywhere, it's going to maintain the same speed. Wow. Well, it's a good thing, huh? How would you get a picture of a Hantu in this mode and survive? Hope you get the event. Yeah, it's a broken breaker. Yeah. Grant, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Hunter, I appreciate you. The ghost room is the house. Correct. The event is going to suck. I need 4 more photos. The bone, event. Chester. Check, check, check. Okay. Thank you for the tier 1. Welcome in. That might not have landed. I did not want to risk it. I wasn't about to risk that. No shot. Doing a quick check because Ghost is probably going to be able to hunt here in a sec. Now what I can do, if I go get more matches, that's basically a forever light until the ghost blows it out. So when the ghost blows it out, we can take a photo of it. We gotta be a little strategic here. It's comically fast. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Forever Candle by Jan. Oh my God. I forgot how to laugh. What's up, dude? Thank you for the super. I appreciate it. Challenge doesn't have cursed item, correct? Correct. This does not. So when you smudge a Hantu, do they not slow down? No, because you're not changing the temperature of the room. No, that was their name. Carrier, that was their name. Yeah, sorry. I guess that smudge landed. It must have been coming over to our hiding spot then. I couldn't really see. You guys could. Finally made the first stream after finding you again. Hey, appreciate you, dude. Still streaming tomorrow? Yeah. Yep, tomorrow's community day. Bloopy. Welcome in. All right. This is going to be spicy. So what I could do potentially could take the crucifix and take it upstairs. Flip, welcome in. Brightest you've seen the game. It's a filter that is in OBS. So I can't see it, but you guys can. This little mother... Shit. Well, this is our chance, I guess. Where's the parabolic? I can't see. Fuck all. All right. There. Give me you. I can't see anything. I need a whisper, though. I didn't set a timer. It's right next to me. I think it's too late for this. My Picasso. Crucifix work if you hold it. Yeah, for sure. I hope it doesn't come over here again. If it does, we're screwed. Hope I have no more smudges. I think it's too late to get that. Let's go. Now we just got to risk it for the biscuit at this point. Dude. All right. If I have time, I have an idea. Yeah, breaker's broken. Ashley, thank you for the 3 months. Welcome back. I was afraid to speak. So the hope now is that I just get the parabolic when it's coming down the stairs. All smudges have been boined. This is going to be rough. If hiding in a garage, no. It's done. Okay, now it's done. Oh boy. What I can't risk doing, dude, I've had to burn every smudge because it's gone by the fridge every time. Piano as safe as the fridge. It can be. Didn't know the ghost could go that fast. Oh, it definitely can. Hey, what's up, Tay? Does the challenge fail if you simply restart? Oh, yeah. No, I can't just restart this one. Bone anywhere? Haven't even had the chance to look. So that's going to be the next fun part. Got to pray it's in a spot that I can quickly get to and run. Not really run. Ghosty's going. Hopefully garage. Oh, that would be so nice. I think it's done. I mean, shit, might as well take a look, huh? I could always use the lockers to kind of hide as well if I need to. Isn't after your bedtime? Listen. Listen. Okay. Bone. Hello? I haven't checked the back bathroom yet either. You're making a mess up in this piece, dog. So the problem I have right now, Hyper, is that I need parabolic microphone. No smudges. They're all gone. What mode is this? APOC 2. And I was over by the fridge. And the ghost went to the fridge every time. Like, to the hiding spot. So I'm kind of hoping and praying right now that I get like a little talkie talk when it's coming down the stairs. Because I can still hide if it does that. Oh yeah, and it's a Hantu. Did I mention that part? Too long. Don't get hugged. Roger that. What did I do with the camera? Did I leave that upstairs or is it over there by the... Oh, it's by my feet. Okay, I need more matches. So this would be a long road, but hear me out. I could just keep getting photos of that damn thing. If I need to. Yeah, asked her to talk to you. Pretty please. I think I do have all 6. I do. You know what's funny? It has the crucifixes yet. Either has it. I have both of them up there. Got the bone yet? Nope. Mrs. Hello. Oh, I forgot to put chocolate on the crucies. Oh, yeah. What's up, Blaze? I think I hear it starting in the back over there. Stopped. Okay. Would really like to get the parabolic this way. I still have to get an event, which really sucks, but it is what it is. Hopefully we'll get that when we're looking for the bone. We're gonna have to be real fast when we're looking for the bone. it's in that back area. While I'm playing Phas. Consistently for like 3 years. Ghost room at the moment. I think it's either the bathroom or the bedroom up there. I think it's the bathroom or the bedroom. All right. I think we're going to have to take a risk here. I think we're going to have to do a risk it for the biscuit kind of thing. I need more time to try and get the parabolic. I might be screwed, but we're going to try it anyway. So the idea here being that I take this and I hide like this and hope it doesn't touch the locker. Should be able to work through floors. Only the tier 3 does. Why did it sound like it stopped on me? Did you hear that? Oh, I knew we were done for. I knew we were done for on that one, dude. We were so screwed. The ghost kept going to the fridge, which really screwed me over. We knew it was going to happen. It was destined to happen.
Back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
It stopped. Why? It literally stopped moving right on top of us. I don't understand. I think it was just RNG, man. Just RNG. It's all right. That's all right. The next one will be better. Unlucky. Yeah, we had to try. I wanted to do it today. I wanted to try and do it today because if we were going to finish it, I'd rather finish it. If we were not going to finish it and the ghosty was going to get us, so be it. So be it. Yeah, that ghost sucked. Unfortunate. It happens. It's all good. It's all good. I've tried 3 times to do this. So the next time would be the 4th time. And there's people that have been trying these for quite a long time. So I don't feel bad. Want to see if you had any games on your phone. Somebody gave that little bastard too much sugar. And now here we are. And here we are. I, Chi, and a Wawa. It was a valiant effort. It was a valiant effort. You know, we can't win them all. It's okay. It is okay. Still made it far. All right. We're not done yet. I'm not just going to close that out and be like, well, that happened. We're out of here. Made a good effort. Pretty decent progress. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I will end things on the other side, though. YouTubes, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you, friends. Little ankle biter. A little ankle biter. I don't know why I said it like a baby. A little ankle biter crawling for your ankles. Listen, I'm still trying to understand why. At first, I thought I'm going to get away with it. I was like, oh, I might actually live through this. And it pulled the locker. That's fine. I pulled it shut. It would have killed me instantly. Instantly. If it saw me, but it didn't. And then when I pulled it, it ran over and then I heard it stop. And then it got me. That was so weird. So weird. And a weird fascination with the fridge. Right. Oh, I didn't turn the freaking overlay off. Yeah. Can't take the easy way out. Yeah, it happens. Matt, welcome in. Hard Rain, how are you? Oh, what a jerk. Making me come over. Hey, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Willkommen. Hey, Ray, thank you for the Prime. appreciate you, friend. Kid wanted some cookies. Yeah, little prick. All right. All right. Let's get out of this. Let's go to our norm. I also have some stuff we need to upgrade, so let's do that too. Got a little bit of moulet. Got a better lighter. Shade, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate you. All right. So now we go to our loadouts. We'll just max out everything. The only thing I really turned down is the incense, I think. Yeah. Yeah, should be good. Should be good. Think you get rid of me that easily? Yes, I do. Welcome in. Gotta tuck the wife in for bed? Well, I hope that she has a wonderful night. I also have water alongside of that, so I'm staying hydrated. All right, let's do a normal hunt now. Let's go, we'll go to Tangle, because that's where we were going to go next. Well, why don't we go there now? Nightmare settings. Nightmare.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up before investigating.
All right, yawn. Escape 25 and parabolic.
But it looks like whoever was here
Escape 25 parabolics. The old ooh, sunrise. Temptations. Oh, temptations. Blarian, thank you for the subs. Oh, shit. Thank you for the 10 subs. Oh, my Lanta. And that puts us to hot ones. Yes, it certainly does. There it is. Oh boy. Hold on. I'm going to turn that back on while I adjust this. Oh boy. Oh boy. You can't show me this. Listen. Thank you. Think it's gonna be a spirit. I dothn't be knowing. Hold on. I gotta make adjustment now. Tattoo at 25. If we get there, chat gets to choose what it is. Oh, son of a bitch. There we go. I need, is it this one? Should be this one. I might need to adjust the size of this too. We'll find out in a second. Yeah, I probably will, because it's getting a little scrunched. There we go. All right. Fixed it. There we go. So that's the next one. So looks like we're going to have ourselves a hot one stream soon. I just have to figure out when we're going to do it. Just got to figure out when. Settings. All right, that should be fixed too. All right, we're good to go. Community Day hot ones, maybe? No, because then I would be making people have to wait and just sit around and do nothing while I'm sitting there eating wings. I would feel bad. I can't do that. All right, I'm bringing smudge, photo camera. Calling it a night. Highland, thank you so much, friend. What up, Squidgy? Yep, no juice. But I did get that. We'll leave one there. Did I grab? Okay, I did grab a lighter. Good. You shush. Thought your car alarm went off. Sorry. My bad. You leave my sister alone. Is this this is your sister? This car? Phone and laundry. Good eye. Thank you. Good spot. What I could do realistically, because I keep forgetting I have this, isn't that? Think I know where the ghost is at? You think so? What if it's roaming though? What if it's roaming around? What I don't want to do, definitely don't want to do what I did before and have the ghosties start right on top of me. Laundry room's a weird place to have a boner. Stop judging me. Hi, cutie. Stream. Because I was done with the challenge for today, I went ahead and cut it off. What speed is it? It sounds very normal. Sounds normal. The blinks seemed pretty normal. Pretty normie ghost from what I could tell. Turn on the filter? No. No, I'm only going to do that during the other stuff. I'm not going to do it during our normal runs. Nope, you get to experience the darkness like I do. Alright, so I'm gonna give you that. I don't know how much you drained my sanity, home slice. Tip for beginners, always know where to hide, friend. Always know where to hide. We don't mind suffering with you. Thank you. See, Hyper gets it. See, Hyper gets it. I don't have a Pringles can. I can't do the Bane voice. All right. Let's take some sanity just in case, though. Who's suffering? Me. The weather is getting shit gotten. All right. Now let's start getting more equipment in there. Because again, I think we have a pretty normie ghost from what we could tell from that hunt. We got the ghost photos, so we could automatically say that it's not this guy. Probably could say that it's not these based off of the normal speed that it did. Didn't sprint. I don't think it looked any different. Probably not you, not you. Could still technically be a mimic. Not you. Okay. All right, let's keep trucking. Also, I don't think it's a shade because I'm pretty sure I was in the room when it threw something. Any orbicals? Swear to God, I thought I saw an orb inside of the fucking locker. I was like, I did! Are you kidding me? Come on, dude. It's not even fair. What the? It's a locker ghost. Zach, thank you for the 3-month prime. All right, no freezing. What the? They really need to change the shade for not being able to throw items when a player's in its room to throw items in a room where a player is. I don't think so. I like that it can't do that. because it's one way to tell that it's a shade. I actually like that fact. I like it. We're going to bring both of you. We're going to bring you. Frickin' orb, dude. Frickin' orb, dude. What difficulty is it now? We're on Nightmare. I got shafted on up APOC 2. Yeah, Ghosty just unfortunately really liked the fridge spot that I had, and it was sick that I was taking all of its snacks. So it's okay. Comfy cozy nightmare, exactly. You did touch this though. All right, no phalanges. Roger that. We'll put one there, and we'll put another one over here. Yeah. Actually, I wonder if would that even work? I don't know if I can get it back. I wonder if it would work up there. Think it will? I really just chucked it. I don't know. We'll find out. YOLO. No freezing yet. I think I'm missing the spirit box. Let's go get it. Science. Yeah. Doing some normal rounds. Yeah. Did it just knock my camera over? The check should be on where the item is, not where the ghost is. What do you mean? What you mean? What you talking about, Willis? I played Phasmo for a bit and tried for gold APOC the other night. No luck, but today I finally did it. Hey, let's go. Hell yeah, dude. It was not an easy thing to do. At all. Where are you?
Slipped away.
Oh, did you? We don't have these yet. Where are you?
Close.
Are you near?
Found far from
Where are you? Are you near?
from behind.
Where are you? Where are you?
Found far
Are
from
you near?
Close to
Where are you?
blasting.
Hey, don't do that in here.
It's forward.
Where are you?
Get away.
Don't want to doing that. All right. Mayor Yokai Onryo. Huh. Okay. Right here. No. If you're in the kitchen and the shade is in the dining, the shade can still toss an item in the kitchen. Correct. But that's why the way that I do my shade test, the way that... Like I was saying, I was so rudely interrupted. The way that I do my shade test is I turn on all the lights in the surrounding rooms. So if I'm checking here to see if this is shade, I'll turn on this light. I'll turn on this. I don't think matters, but I'll turn on the hall light, all of that. So that way the ghost cannot walk out into here and throw an item in there. The only way a shade can, the only way it can throw an item in this room is if I'm not in it. That's the only way. So then I'm sitting here like this. The ghost is doing nothing. Okay. I step out. Then all of a sudden it writes in the book, or it throws an item, probably a shade. That's how I test for it. So that's why I don't mind it. I don't mind it that much. Ghost is an introvert. They want you to leave him alone. Right. It's on par. Yeah, it's on par for one. So it makes sense. It makes sense. Barbecue. Welcome in. Oh, I didn't set the camera back up. Shit. I don't know if it matters that much because I think it's a Mare or an Onryo. And if it's an Onryo, let's go do a test. It's on Nightmare, Ricky. Still in here, homie Slice? Should be. Freaking jerk. Maybe? Okay, there's my breath. Make sure we don't have freezing. Negative. Not negative temps, just negative on the freezing. Let's go get a smudge. We'll light the candelabras. And if it hunts us, well, then it's probably an Onryo. 3. The old Onryo test. And what I could do to be safe about it is I could sit with this. Whether it hunts or not, this way it doesn't hunt on top of me. Doesn't hunt on top of me. Fix the camera? I will. Fine. Yawn. Oh, shit. Come on, Yawn. Finish it off. Come on, Yawn. Yawn. Is there day 3? No. No, I'll just start fresh. I'll be starting fresh when I go to do it again. No, tomorrow we have a community day, so that I won't start it then. And then Monday we have the weekly, so I won't do it then. So maybe we try it again on Friday. Is that a cap can trap? Could be. Walk through, Ghosty just explodes. Come on. We're waiting on Ghosty to blow out that firelight, so that way we know if it's an Onryo or not. Friendly reminder, I appreciate it. We're keeping the house in order. It makes sense. Go, yawn. Yawn. You spicy bitch. Wow. It blew out that firelight? It blew out the firelight and then ate the crucifix like very far away. Like it blew that out over there and then got me over here with the cruci. Did it get both of those? No, okay. It's probably an Onryo. Just fun fact. Can the ghost blow out the firelights with the light on? Yeah. It certainly can. Phaz is coming to console during the Halloween season. So whenever the Halloween update happens, that's when it's coming to console. There's no exact date yet. Dude, go back to your home. Go. Go. How much? $19.99. What consoles? New gen. Voice recognition on launch? Nope. Are you too good for your home? Answer me. You're moving around. Like, are you over here now? I'm confuzzled. I'm a little confuzzlement. A lot of door touches over here, but I don't see breath. I don't see no breath. Mobile, you want to play this game on your phone? You done lost your mind. No breath. Okay. Lar she blows. That's an Onryo. At least it wasn't on top of you. Yeah, I ran. No breath. If I was a ghost, I'd rather be in my bedroom all day. I mean, fair play. Fair. Hello? Come on, get it over with. But it didn't hunt after the candle blow. No, it did hunt after the candle blow. There is a like 7-second buffer. 7-second buffer. I don't feel like waiting for the 25 on this one. So we're not going to worry about the objectives. Take the win. Take the win. Spend most of the time in my room and rarely roam far from it. Does that make me a Goryo? Oh, no. Oh, no.
I've got some jobs ready for you.
Rather than sitting here spending time trying to get those, we just move on. We just move on. All right, let's go fly through one of these. What happened to TVs? I'm playing on Nightmare. On Nightmare, you don't have these. What do we have? Sarah. Capture photo 25 and crucifix. Roger that. Roger that. Boop, 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 boop. Sag. Oh, well. I'll pull them. We'll pull the cards. We're not doing the challenge right now. I'll do it. I would like to know where the ghost is first, though. Once I know where the ghost is, then we'll do it. Hello. Ghosty woasty. Hello. Bedtime for me. You gotta get up in the morning. Don't get in trouble. No, I won't. I won't. Listen, Mrs. Flash was hanging out with a friend tonight. I know that she was gonna be hanging out for a long time. Oh, well, shit. Hey, how are you? So all is well. Shush. But Hyper, I hope you have a great night, friend. Thank you. Let's go get protection. We need smudgies. We need less smudgies. All right, smudge, smudge, crucifix. This guy. We'll take one smudge. F it. Let's go. F it. F it. F it. If you guys haven't seen it yet, by the way, I did post a video of our Friday the 13th adventures. Just 2 games. I posted one where I was a survivor, a counselor, and then one where I was Jason. So it was the game where I asked if I should run over Chiba. Yeah, it was that game. Useless. Well, that ain't useless. Ooh. Shit. Watch, now I'm gonna have all crap cards. Come on, dude. That's the 3rd full in this deck. Do a little reset. You used all your luck? No, I didn't. Hoping for an immediate hangman. It would be cool. It's been a long... I mean, I've only ever had that happen once. It's going to hunt the entire time in the basement. What a dickhole. And it's a crawler. Brother. Brother. Did you throw enough for a Pulte? I don't think so. I don't think so. Can't find his glasses. Oh no, it dropped its contact lens. All right, let's try again. I'm at 75 sanity right now. Unless this is a demon. It's going to take some effort. It's going to take some effort. Son of bitch. Son of bitch. Alright, fine. It's always a demon? Yeah. It's what they all say. Boop, 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 boop. You know what? Just in case it actually is a demon, let's take this with us. Better safe than sorry. It smells like a Goryo. How dare you? What you doing? See my breath. Oh, you're operating the camera? Oh, that's cool. I mean, have a good time. Enjoy yourself. All right. Okay. No freezing yet. No freezies yet. Excuse me, child. Can you not, please? We're gonna drop this. Turn that on. Grab this. Another crawling baby. Yeah. Yes, another one. Unfortunato. The ghost wanted to be an influencer? Oh, Toothy McToothface over here? Yeah, we'll put that over there. All right, let's go watch the cam for a second. I do need to, you know what? I do need to find some elevator music. How's the run going? Oh no, friend, we got. APOC 2, it got us. Got us right in the mouth. You sneaky bitch. God damn it. It's okay. It's all right. We'll try again. It's okay. We will try again. I wonder if I go to... Okay, you know what? We're going to do this live while I'm sitting here right now. I'm going to go to... Epidemic. I'm going to log in. Phil McCracken. Wonderful name. Thank you for the follow. Bloop. Bloop. All right. Oh God. I don't even know how to look this up. I'll literally just type in elevator. Let's see what that gets us. I just need to make sure that the volume is not too loud because I don't want you guys' ear holes to get blasted. Where the hell's the volume? Hello? This could be loud as shit. It'll probably happen when I do the player. I'm sorry if this is loud. All right. We're on the search for some good dots music. We have writing. No, now do I have to like look by genre now? That's no. Maybe look up some like lounge music or something like that. Writing in orbs, yeah, writing in orbs. Laid back, smooth. What if I search it by like... Oh, God. I don't even know. Doesn't like the picture. Oh, what did it do? Is it throwing shit around? Now you're looking up elevator music. There can be some really good ones. It's just finding the right. It's close. All right, I'm gonna like that one. That's not bad. Boppy waiting music, yeah. Great time to rickroll us. No. Nope. So I'm looking up waiting music. It's all, I have a license to use this music. It's just trying to find the right one. Or if there is one here, there might not be. Investigatory music. Oh, okay. Okay. Kind of like maybe like sort of like some of the stuff that I use for my videos. Okay. What about, let's see. Like sneaking. I think sneaking is the mood. Maybe sneaking with a side of quirky. Skull trophies in the background. Yeah. The Apox. Cozy in the truck. Yeah, we're trying to find some music. All right, I'm liking it because that's a pretty good one. That could be the one. Some of these are going to be no-go. Nope. This is like when I'm looking up music to use in my commercial projects for my day job. I just go through song after song after song after song. I've used this for one of my clips before. Did you lose your mind doing it? Not really. I think the reason I don't lose my mind is because when I'm looking for music to use for my projects, especially the commercial ones, I spend a lot of time because I think there's the right song for the right project or the right, you know, whatever it may be. And I think the wrong song can destroy it. But if you find the right one, though, it just fits so perfectly. And sometimes it just takes a long time to find. It sounded like it was about to go into Slim Shady, like a freaking Eminem. It's like you love your job. I love editing. I enjoy it a lot. It's a lot of fun to put stories together. Need major patience for that. It's knowing that the outcome of what you're going to do is going to be that much better. I think the ghost is getting sick of my shit. All right. What software do I use? I use Premiere. I use the Adobe suite. pretty good too. You just imagine we're waiting for dots. That's basically what the gist is here. You think you've seen some dots? Well, you can't see dots. I'm playing on Nightmare. What is this music? I'm looking at Epidemic Sound. And I'm just going through and liking the ones that we find. What was chat talking about for? No idea. I can't have dots right now. I literally can't have them. Orbs are in the hallway now? Shit. What if I look up this with like... Is there a genre with like jazz or maybe like lounge? Maybe that's the one that we need. Let's try jazz. You like jazz? Which is funny because that one I liked, and that one I liked, and they're both here. Too fast. Problem with this one is the song is really short. All right, so out of this one, either this one, A, which was this. Hold on. Or this one. It's a rev. Roger that. Papa knows all. Can you get a timeout, Papa Smurf? What did Papa Smurf do? Mayor. Wow. Wow. Sorry, Papa. Smurf situation. Okay, now you can time out, Papa. It was this one or this one or this one. What is this one? Oh yeah, there's that one too. Shit. So there's camera one. Number two. And it does move. Number three. Or number four. I'm thinking, I think I might be, yeah, I think two's pretty good. This is two. You like four? All right, this was four. Tyranny. Sounds like elevator music. That's what we're going for. I wonder if it's possible. Four is one you can hear the most. I have an idea. I'm probably not going to do it, but four's growing on you. This is four. This one is called Sleeves Full of Aces. This one? Okay. I mean, the amount of time that we would watch for dots would be about that. So I think that would be good. What if I actually made it sound like it was coming through an elevator? Non-copyright? I have the license for it. Is that possible to do in OBS? Can I do an audio filter in OBS? Is that possible? Well, no, because I'd be playing it through my Stream Deck probably. I would need to figure that out. Okay. All right. Well, I can add it for next time, though. I can add it for next time. But yeah, it's non-copyright because I would not have any copyright issues because I have the license for Epidemic. So I would be fine. And I can use it however I please. So we have this. I've downloaded it. Volume was a little hot. Sorry. So what I could do for right now, anytime we need to, I can just have it in a Google Chrome window for now. That'll work. Sounded great to me. All right. I dig. I dig. Anyway, we were hunting a ghost, I think, before the sidetrack. If I didn't do it now, I wouldn't do it later. All right. Mare Revithe. Well, the ghost already hunted us, so it's probably a mare. Let's see. Photo of the ghost, 25. Crucifix. Photo of the ghost, 25. Wait, didn't I pulled cards, right? Pretty sure I pulled all of them and it brought us to like a 75 sanity-ish. We'll just get this. Fuck it. There was the yoinkening of cards. I need to get to 25 anyway. Oh yeah, and a High Priestess card. Oh yeah, that's right. I should have just dropped the salt inside of the room. Oh, it walked. Hey. Look at you. Dude, it's all over the place. What the fuck? I still need a photo of the ghost, though. All right, and just in case, we're going to wait. Hey. Toothy McToothface. Hello? Is that fucking Animal Crossing? What the fuck was that? Okay, thank you for the follow. Welcome. think I got it. Got you, you little shit. Good gamble. Worth. All right. So now what do we need? Still got to drop my sanity and I need 2 more photos. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I can do 2 more assault photos. Roger that. Let's go get another smudge just in case. Cheats. Pulled a high priestess card. Yeah. Yeah. Surely did. All right. I've got the lighter there. That should be fine. Cool. We'll grab another one anyway for kicks. Excellent way to wake up to the stream. What's up, dude? Yeah, we pulled all the cards earlier. Most of them were crap, but we got a high priestess out of it. So we got that going for us, and that's nice. Was the juice? Well, fuck. F it. Yep. Figured you're almost done. I think your Revy's bugged. Shut up. All right. I don't think I have the bone yet, do I? No bone, right? Let's go check the base Monte. Nothing immediately. There it is. 25? No, 25. Well, shit. Mel, I hope your stream was good, friend. You and Papa and everyone else was coming here at the same time. Papa started yelling. He was getting timed out. He was getting yelled at for being a weenie. Gotta watch the VOD. Yeah, the APOC 2. APOC 2 really effed us. What do you mean? Alright. Smudge, lighter. Yeah, we're good. What's up, Lucid? Dude, fuck you, nerd. Get away from me! Right. Okay, that's fine. Oh, it's okay. It happens. Got you into this game, hey. I don't know whether to say you're welcome or I'm sorry. Maybe a little bit of both. Got that. It's a mare. Let's get out. Cool, cool. What a little butt.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Beep boop, bop boop, beep boop, bop boop. Wrong way to spell Revenant. Papa Smurf, listen. You just gotta get better at this game. That's all there is to it. Maybe if you started getting better at this game, we wouldn't have these problems. Just saying. Okay. It is 1 in the morning for me. I think that might be our time. Faz got it wrong? Okay. Roger that. That is probably going to be our time. Guys, I appreciate you hanging out. If you're not in the Discord already, the Discord is there. The rest of my socials are there. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for chilling with me on a night that I don't normally stream. Again, I wanted to go out of the way to try and at least complete the tier 1 challenge, tier 1 all difficulty. Stinky ghost. Nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do. That's all right. We'll try it again another time. We will try it again another time. But stick around. We'll go raid. Appreciate you, friends. And I'll be live tomorrow for community games. So that's going to start at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard. 1 p.m. ish. A little bit after, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Thank you, Mr. Rafa. J-Mac, thank you, dude. Let us... Boop, 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 boop. All right. We are going to go over here. Been lurking. I appreciate you, mistress. Thank you, friendo. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let us go. Yeah, let's go here. Cool. So if you're not already following my Midnight Society teammates, please make sure you follow all these amazing beans, because we're going to go visit one right now. So if you are not subbed, that is for you. If you are subbed, that's for you. Creepy little tier 3s, that's for you. We have officially hit our next goal for the month. We've officially hit the next goal for the month. So that means we are doing Hot Ones Phasmo. I just have to pick a day for it. That's really all it is. And then the next goal will be my kids giving me a pie to the face. So yeah. Friends, I thank you. I appreciate you. All the love. You guys are awesome. We are going to go say hi to Hadrona, another amazing Midnight Society member. Flashy Doodles. Good night, Kill. Good morning. I don't know what to say for you. Good night. Good morning. Enjoy not sleeping more. I don't know. Something like that. Papa, appreciate you, homie. Good to see you. But yeah. Let's go say hi to Hattie. Hattie is playing a game called Massacre at the Mirage. Oh my. So playing a spoopy game. I have not even seen this game yet. But thank you for coming on a day that I don't normally stream, friends. We have community games technically today. Technically. So a little after 1 o'clock, those will probably start and we'll be doing viewer games all stream. Yeah. So thank you, friends. I appreciate you. I will see you tomorrow for all the fun. You guys are awesome. Vin, appreciate you, friend. And yeah, much love. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Bye. See ya. Bye. Goodbye. Get out. See ya. Bye.